Recently, I inherited a plot of land from a relative. It wasn't much, but it did have a cabin on the property. So I said, what the heck, and decided to go check it out. Spending a weekend in a cabin out in the wilderness? That sounded great. Now, I'm sure you've heard stories like that hundreds of times. Some schmuck goes out to a cabin in the woods, and bad things start to happen. Well, this actually isn't one of those stories. In fact, besides the place being a bit creepy, I swear it looked like the cabin from the Evil Dead movies. Nothing of note specifically happened there. Well, except for down in the cellar. You see, I was cleaning the place up when I found a little trap door. I'm not the superstitious type, so naturally, my curiosity won out and I opened the thing up. It smelled. It was like a rotting kind of mildew smell. I had no idea what had been living down there, but there were animal droppings everywhere. I shined my flashlight around a bit, looking for any kind of light switch. I couldn't find one. There was dusty furniture and just a bunch of mice everywhere. Thankfully, they skittered away rather quickly back into the dark corners of the room as my flashlight shined over them. Then, something caught my eye. On a table in the corner of the room, covered in what I can only assume was decades of dust, was a small book, bound in leather. Trying to be careful not to stumble in the darkness, I made my way over to it, grabbed it, and I headed back upstairs. From what I could find, the journal was dated 1843, and it was signed by someone named Abigail Ashlock. Her journals read as follows. Well, the ones I can make out anyway. Be aware that some of the wordings are guessed, just based on what was actually legible. So it may not be entirely accurate. The thing's pretty torn up. August 15th, 1843. Papa went out to the town today. He should return in 3 days. Mama doesn't think it's very ladylike for a girl to know how to write, but learning is important. My school teacher told us so. Anyway, Papa said he'd bring me and John a treat back from town if we promise to be good for Mama and do any of the chores we need to around the house. I saw the man from the forest again today. He told me to stay away from the well. He said that's where the Shadow Man lives. August 19th. Papa still hasn't come back. Mama's getting worried. He's never been gone this long. John's come down with a fever. Mama hasn't slept in 2 days. She said if Papa's not back in 2 days, she's gonna take John to town to see Doc Morgan. I'm really worried about him. I went to get him some water from the well, but it was red, so I had to get it from the creek. I hope he'll be alright. August 20th. Papa came back last night. Told us not to go outside. I've never seen anybody so scared. Like the devil was outside our door. Mama says John has to go to town, but Papa won't budge. Said there's something out there and that we can't go outside until the sun's up. I hear something outside. It's scratching on the walls of the house. August 28th. The sun still hasn't come up. It's been dark out for a week now. Mama and Papa are fighting about whether or not to take John to town. Papa says she can't, but she's going tomorrow if tomorrow ever comes. The man from the forest was in my room tonight, said the Shadow Man got out of the well, and that's why the sun don't come up anymore. He told me to pray, the Lord my soul to take, or I might lose it. August 31st. Mama went out last night and took John. Papa told me to go to the cellar. I heard shooting. It was Papa's shotgun. I'm hearing heavy walking above me, like a bear, but bigger. I'm scared. September 2nd. The sun came up. I saw it through the floorboards. I'm so hungry. I'm going out looking for Mama, Papa, and John. Oh God, something tore Papa up bad. I think that was Papa. Hard to tell since his head's gone. I still haven't found Mama or John. I think the Shadow Man got him. It's night now, and the Shadow Man is back. I'm hiding in the cellar. I saw him though, before I came down here. He's as black as pitch. He's the size of a man, with bright red eyes, like a fire. He never stops moving, like water or something like that. He's awful hungry. I can hear him eating Papa now. September, unknown day. He got in. He knows I'm here. Note, in this section, there's just a bunch of Morse code. A lot of dashes and dots. And that's where it ends. I should mention I didn't find evidence besides the journal of the Ashlock family. There was also a symbol drawn on the back cover. I'm not sure what it means, but it's really disturbing. And just like that, I'm not going back to that cabin anytime soon. Can someone help me figure out these meanings? As for the Morse code, here's a translation that's based on the author's information. It says, "He's so beautiful. He just wants in. Let him 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 in."